Conflict resolution within families.
This video is targeted towards helping adults within families learn and gain insight regarding conflict resolution. In this video, we will discuss the importance of conflict resolution within families and provide some tips, steps, and resources to help adults within families positively work towards resolving conflicts. We acknowledge that conflict can be difficult and vulnerable. Please take time for yourself at any point during this video.
So, why is conflict resolution important?
Conflicts arise in all families, but in order to maintain healthy relationships, it is important to be able to know how to approach conflicts so that they can be resolved in a positive and productive manner. Communication creates stronger relationships, and communication allows for better understanding. It is important to know that conflict is normal. We will discuss some steps to help resolve conflict.
What even is conflict?
Conflict is a serious disagreement or argument, a prolonged struggle, or an incompatibility between opinions and principles. In this video, we are focusing on conflict between two or more adults within a family.
So then, what is conflict resolution?
Conflict resolution is collaborative problem solving, a cooperative talking together process that leads to choosing a plan of action that both partners can feel good about.
After watching this video, we hope that you will ultimately gain confidence and understanding in order to successfully deal with conflict. By following the steps provided, we hope that viewers of this video will gain or improve on their abilities to clarify what the disagreement is, abilities to establish common goals for each party, and communication skills to achieve set goals. We hope that you will gain skills that acknowledge barriers to these goals and how to overcome them, while managing and acknowledging strong emotions through improved communication and listening skills, and knowing when and how to properly compromise during conflict.
So what are the steps to managing conflict?
Step 1 is to stop. It is important to acknowledge the conflict and work to understand what both partners are disagreeing about. Oftentimes, our initial angry impulse is to push or point and to win the argument, although this is not a productive way to manage conflict. It is important to change this mindset to solving the conflict and not focusing on just winning the argument. It's okay to walk away first before discussing the problem, especially if you are feeling quite angry. This can help manage the stress of the conflict, which brings us to our next step.
Step 2 is to think. By reflecting upon why the situation has made you upset, you can decide if the issue is even worth fighting over. Try and separate the problem from the person, and define the conflict in your own way. Some good questions to ask yourself are, why am I upset? Is my partner upset? Did I do anything to make my partner upset? What did my partner do that made me upset? Even though it can sometimes be difficult, try to understand the other person's viewpoint before talking to them.
Step 3 is to talk. Try and explain to your partner why you feel the way you do. It is good to express your feelings, but try to communicate exactly what is causing you to feel the way you feel. Communicate your side clearly and honestly, and ask your partner to do the same. It is important to resist the urge to bring up previous conflicts and to stick to the exact issue in the moment. Remember to stay calm and know that it is okay to go back to step 1 if more time is needed.
Step 4 is to listen. While it is important for you to communicate your own thoughts and feelings, it is also important to allow space for your partner to now express themselves. By actively listening to what they are saying and not interrupting while they are speaking, it will help to create a safe place to talk. Make sure that you understand what they are saying by asking questions. This will also show them that you are listening.
Step 5 is to resolve the conflict. This step can be one of the most difficult ones, but here are some tips to help. Try to come up with as many possible solutions as you can. Be willing to compromise. Make sure that everyone clearly understands the chosen solution, and when the solution is decided, stick to it. If necessary, you can write it down as a contract so that the plan is clearly stated and everyone knows how to properly move forward with it.
Are there any additional tips to help address and resolve conflicts?
Yes, it is important to set boundaries. By doing this, you can decide and make it clear on how each of you wants to be treated.
Find the real issue and understand the root of the conflict. Don't only discuss what the conflict is. Discuss why it happened and what is causing it.
Agree to disagree. Identify how important the issue is. Sometimes it is best to not agree and drop it.
Compromise wherever possible. Try to find a middle ground that you both feel satisfied with.
Make sure you both consider everything. Try to not only look at how the problem is affecting you, but also your partner.
Some key skills that will help you while managing conflict are managing stress, control of emotions and behaviors. Mindfulness and breathing exercise can help with this. Paying attention to express feelings. This can be done through active listening, paraphrasing, and validation of your partner's feelings. Be aware of and respectful of differences by having empathy and compassion.
Are there any responses that I should avoid when responding to conflict?
Being unable to recognize and respond to matters of importance to your partner is unproductive. It is important to avoid explosive, angry, hurtful, and resentful reactions, such as the withdrawal of love. Rejection, isolation, and shaming will also not be productive when dealing with conflict. Try to avoid the expectation of bad outcomes and focus on resolving the conflict in a positive manner. Going silent about your perspective is unproductive, as communication is key when resolving conflict. Make sure that you stay consistent with your communication and reasoning. Hey, so what are you doing? I just worked a 12-hour day and I have to come home to the house looking like a disaster.
What do you mean? I vacuumed today.
I've asked you multiple times to try and clean the bathroom, do the laundry, unload the dishwasher. It's not just about vacuuming, but to be honest, it doesn't even look like you vacuumed. You clearly did a bad, horrible job, and you had all day to clean up, but instead you sit on the couch and you watch TV, and I'm sick and tired of coming home every day from a long day at work to a disgusting house and a lazy partner who sits around all day and does absolutely nothing. The last thing I want to do is come home and clean every single time. You did this last week too. I'm sick and tired of this. Okay, so what? Now you got nothing to say? You have nothing to say. You know what? I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm going to my sister's for the night. Have fun living in your pigsty. As you heard in this demonstration, both parties participated in an unproductive manner. The one partner assumed the worst and immediately got angry, while the other partner remained silent the entire time instead of giving an explanation or any reasoning. The first partner did not ask questions and did not allow enough time or space for the other partner to respond. Similarly, they did not create a safe space, therefore, the other partner may have felt uncomfortable and too upset to properly communicate. Since both partners were unable to properly communicate with each other, the first partner may have taken the second partner's silence as being unwilling and not caring enough to participate in dialogue. There could have been many other factors as to why the second partner remained silent, but assumptions were made and no questions were asked.
Can you give me some examples of productive responses?
Yes, for sure. By having the ability to recognize and respond to important matters, this will be productive in resolving conflicts. Similarly, by having a readiness to forgive. The ability to seek compromise and avoid punishing will help positively work towards resolving conflict. Having a belief and interest that resolution can support the interests and needs of both parties.
Hi, how was your day today?
Mine was good. How was yours?
Mine was alright. It was very long, and I was actually hoping to come home to a clean house. Did something happen today that you weren't able to clean like I had asked? I thought you would have been able to since it was your day off today.
I did get to the vacuuming, but after I had finished, Lisa from work called and said that they had an emergency and that I needed to come in. I actually just walked through the door before you did.
Oh, okay. I hope everything is alright at work. It would be extremely helpful next time if you could let me know that the house wouldn't be clean when I came home, so that I was prepared. It makes me feel unheard and underappreciated when things don't get done.
I'm sorry, next time I'll let you know right away that I was called into work. I was just very rushed.
It's okay. It would be much appreciated if you could let me know next time. Do you want to clean the house together with me right now?
Sure, sounds good. Let's do it. In this demonstration, we hear both partners approach the same situation using productive conflict resolution skills. Both partners remained calm the entire time, and they allowed one another to communicate. By approaching the situation without anger, both partners were able to express their feelings and reasoning behind the factors that had contributed to the conflict at hand. In contrast to the other scenario, the first partner asked questions without making any assumptions, and created a safe environment where the other partner could contribute to the conversation. Both partners used I statements and did not blame one another. The partners compromised and came up with a solution that they both agreed upon, and that both partners understood. They also discussed plans to avoid having this conflict again in the future. Are there any approaches that I can use to help resolve conflict?
Yes, there are two types of approaches. The first is the win-win approach. When using this approach, look at each other as partners and not opponents. Start by discussing needs first, not solutions. Ask questions such as, what's the outcome you want? And what do you need addressed in this situation? The second approach is to use I statements. Provide your viewpoint without creating accusations. I statements are about being precise and clear and to open up further conversation.
After watching this video, we hope that you will have a great understanding of what conflict is and how to use and follow the skills and steps to help guide conflict resolution. We also hope that you will have a more in-depth understanding of the barriers to successful conflict resolution and that you will know about additional resources surrounding conflict.
You mentioned additional resources. What if I can't resolve the conflict with my partner on my own? Who can help?
If there is an emergency or violence, make sure that you seek immediate help by calling 911. We have also provided the number for the 24-hour crisis line and the domestic violence helpline.
If it is not an emergency, here are some other resources that may be helpful. The Parent Line Helpline, the Family Relationship Advice. Other parents may also act as a good resource for information. Similarly, a family counselor or group counseling, or an individual that you trust. Thank you for taking the time to complete this video. We hope this video provided you with more insight into conflict resolution, as well as confidence to adequately use the skills discussed. We encourage you to use the provided resources if conflict is something that negatively impacts your family life.
Thank you.